So I know in yesterday's Jess With The Mess, we talked about Tank saying that he wants to retire.
Yeah. Yes, Tank the boxer.
Tank, yeah, Gervonta.
Gervonta Davis.
Gervonta Davis.
Yes.
For all of us that are close to Baltimore, Delaware, Philly, Jersey area, some of us call him Tank. My bad, y'all. Gervonta Davis. Now, a lot of people were like, you know what? That's cap. He is not retiring. It's not happening. But he talked a bit more about why he is making the decision after a few fights to step away from boxing. Let's take a listen.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, Wes, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
I've always actually thought about that just in general. Like when you go to therapy, I feel like when people go to therapy and it's successful, you see the difference in them just by their demeanor, their tone, their patience. And I always thought like when you do things like where you have to be like sharp and kind of like aggressive a bit, do people avoid therapy because of that? Boxers,
that's some people.
Broadcasters, like.
Yeah, that's some people because, you know, a lot of people just feel like boxers are very, very aggressive. But if you ever talk to Mike Tyson or you talk to Floyd Mayweather and you see them with their kids, they're very calm, very sensitive, very mild manner when it comes to their families.
Well, maybe
Tank might be different.
No, I think even with Mike Tyson, like, you know, Mike Tyson has done a lot of work on himself, so you're getting a different version of Mike Tyson. But, you know, what people probably don't understand sometimes when it comes to, you know, those sports, especially like boxing, a lot of that times when you got that pain in you or that hurt you haven't dealt with, that trauma, that's why you're able to go in there and project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're able to go in there and project that on other people. So, yeah, if you do go to therapy and start smoothing off them rough edges, I can see where you I can see what Tank is talking about, where you could lose that.
Yep.
Yeah, I even thought about that, like for like actors and music artists and stuff like that too, like people that get in a creative space because of their trauma. I always think about that as well. Now I do know, so yesterday what you guys were talking about was the presser he did with Roques Jr.
Yep.
But he has talked about wanting to possibly get back in the ring or just the option of whether he will do it or not with like Shakur.
Ciofalo Lopez.
He doesn't want to do Shakur, right? He says there's no point to it.
Ciofalo Lopez, Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Shakur, those are all great fights for Tank.
Well, I don't know how many of them he will or will not take, but I think it's a great thing he wants to do therapy, but I'm thinking about like life after boxing for him if he does, if it does make the change that he thinks is going to happen. But I think it'll be good for his family and his kids. So now moving on, speaking of therapy, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, you know, she's been up here. She's a friend to the room. She sat down with her show that she has on Fox Soul. And it's called Truth Talks on Fox Soul. She's a part of that cast. And on that show, she's a life expert. So they talk about different people's lives and different things that are going on. And they got into the conversation of Neo. And you know, Neo now lives a relationship where he's able to be with multiple women at one time. They started discussing that. Let's take a listen.
What is Neo to you, Dr. B?
He's a womanizer. He cheated on his wife, and that's why she left him. He didn't cheat once. He cheated over and over again. He's a womanizer. He's gaslighting himself and that wife to make it seem like he wants polyamorous when you never wanted polyamorous from the beginning. You wanted to be married but didn't have the discipline to do it, and your wife left you because she didn't tolerate that. Maybe. And so she pivoted from you, and now you're going and he's making these other women pay for the heartbreak that he caused to himself by saying, I want to be polyamorous. That's BS. You want to be married. You don't have the discipline. You don't have the tools to do it. So now you want to make sure you put out into the world, look at me. I want to be polyamorous because I cheated. No, you failed in your marriage. You're effed up, and that's the problem. Now you need to heal from that and not have these self-project your pain onto these women about your messed up decision making. Period.
Okay.
I couldn't even say the word because I would never be in that type of relationship.
But I wonder if it was the
Polynesian
opposite.
sauce?
Polynesian, polyamory, poly whatever. Ain't nothing about me poly nothing.
But I wonder if it's the opposite. If he thought he wanted to be married, but he's actually happy and not married. You know, I wonder if he thought that he could be married and he wanted to be married and didn't like it. I wonder if it was the opposite type of thing because everybody's relationship is different. You know.
Yes, and I would like to offer a third opinion. Neo got how many wives now?
They're his girlfriends.
His
I think there's three of them.
There's two, I
So
think,
you
or
got
three.
2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
So it's his wife and 2 girlfriends?
No, he doesn't have a wife.
The wife left him because he got
divorced.
He was cheating. And
okay, so, all right, I understand that. So you was with your wife. Your wife wasn't on what type of time you on. So y'all ended up getting a divorce, and now you doing what it is you want to be doing.
Correct.
If it's working for him, I don't see the issue.
Yeah, it could be, like I said, it could be the opposite of what she said. It could be he tried marriage, he didn't like it, it wasn't for him, and this is where he's happy.
I totally agree.
So I hear what you guys are saying, and I think that could be true. It also could just be guy math. Because as a woman, I think on one end, it's like, if that is for him and that's what he wants to do, great, go do that and be honest about it. But on the other end, I have encountered, and I think that there are other women that can speak to this too, men who cop out of full commitment by saying things like, I don't believe in monogamy. No, you're just afraid to fully commit and be vulnerable, because that takes a lot of work to lock in with somebody.
That sounds like you're trying to tell that man what it is that he should feel. But
Correct.
if that's his reality, if his reality is, hey, he don't believe in monogamy.
This what works better for me?
These be the same men. That's why I said be honest, because the men I'm talking about will be the same man that is trying to be monogamous with you. But then when they mess up, it's like, oh, I don't think I really believe in monogamy. But they're trying to be monogamous with you. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, he was trying. That's the whole point of trying, and then you realize that I can't do this. Like, it happens. Like, I don't see the issue here.
Once you realize it, then you should go live that lifestyle and stop trying.
He did. Neo did.
Neo did. That's what I'm saying. It's good for him that he realized it and he was being honest and he moved forward, because a lot of men don't.
Sorry.
A lot of men lock in.
I'm sorry, Lauren.
What you did?
It just triggered Lauren. It triggered Lauren.
Sorry, Lauren.
I'm sorry,
It did
Lauren.
not trigger me.
Yes, it did. Because you started talking to whoever that guy was that did that.
What's his name?
I am so sorry that happened.
What's his name? Is he from Delaware?
Of course he's from Delaware.
First of all, I don't date people in Delaware.
Yeah, you know when people start getting nervous, you start grabbing my cup, start moving my cup around. You start cleaning up on the
You done with this? You done with this?
And she be telling lies that can easily be disproven. Oh, you don't date men in Delaware? Now every man in Delaware looking like in life when they were standing in the line, I'm the pappy. I dated Lauren LaRosa. I
lived in Delaware for a majority of my life, so yes, I've dated men in Delaware. But
so why would you lie and say you don't date men in Delaware? You see how fast Lauren LaRosa does
right
this?
now, I'm not dating anybody in Delaware.
Right now, okay.
All right.
And Envy, you done with that cup?
I'm done with that cup. We can clean up around.
Red, you got Charlamagne. You need something cleaned over there. We got to get out of here.
Well, that's just
salute to Neo, man.
Let him live his life.
I think Neo did exactly what it is you say you want guys to do.
Be honest. Be honest.
That's it. That's right.
Dang, that took the whole time.
Well, that is Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.